The river was calm that morning, reflecting the golden light of dawn. David, an elderly fisherman, stood on the bank, ready to cast his net, when something caught his eye: a falcon struggling against the current, its wings drenched and heavy. Without a second thought, he waded into the water and carefully scooped the bird into his arms. Back at his small cottage, David wrapped the falcon in a warm towel. It was weak, its breathing shallow. He wasn't sure if it would survive, but he couldn't leave it to die. Every day, he fed it small pieces of meat and whispered words of encouragement. Slowly, the falcon regained its strength. Weeks passed, and the bird, now healthy, often perched on his windowsill, watching him with sharp, intelligent eyes. One morning, David opened the window and gestured toward the sky. "You're free now," he said softly. The falcon hesitated, then spread its powerful wings and soared into the air. David watched until it became a speck in the distance, feeling both proud and lonely. Months later, as David sat on his porch, a familiar shadow passed overhead. He looked up, astonished. The falcon had returned, but it was not alone. Another falcon flew beside it. Over time, David saw them frequently, circling above his home. One day, he followed them into the nearby forest and discovered a nest in an old oak tree. 3 tiny chicks nestled inside. David smiled, his heart swelling with warmth. The bird he had once saved had not only survived, but built a life of its own. As the falcon let out a piercing cry, he understood. This was its way of saying thank you. From then on, David often saw the falcon family, soaring high above the river, a symbol of resilience and gratitude. And though he lived alone, he no longer felt lonely, for he had given life a second chance, and in return, life had given him a connection that would never fade.